वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर दास करुणा करे ओ हे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर दास करुणा करे कुरा दयार सागर दास करुणा करे ओ हे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर दास करुणा करे दिव्य छाया सदा हे अमय दिव्य पद छाया सदा हे अमय तोमार चरणे धरी तोमार चरण धरी ओ हे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर दास करुणा करी ओ हे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर दास करुणा करी छाया बेगादमी छाया दश सदी छाया गुणा देह दासे छाया शत संग देह हे आमारे बसेছে সঙ্গীর আসে ও হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর দাস করুণা করে ও হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর दास करुणा करे एकाकिया मारा नाई पाया बल हरि नाम संकीर्तन एकाकिया मारा नाई पाया बल हरि नाम संकीर्तने तुमी कृपा करे श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया तुमी कृपा करे श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया देह कृष्ण नाम गाने देह कृष्ण नाम गाने ओ हे वैष्णव ठाकुर करुणा करी ओ हे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर दास करुणा करे कृष्ण से तुम्हारा कृष्ण दीते पारो तुम्हारा शक्ति आछे आमी तो कंगल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोले तब पाछे पाछे धाय तब पाछे पाछे ओ हे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर दास करुणा करी ओ हे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर सागर दासे करुणा करी ओ हे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर दासे करुणा करी ओ हे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर दासे करुणा करी हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम
I have stepped on this. Don't know you, but better కలిసిపోయింది
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone together, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Everyone please sing together. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Please sing. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone please sing together. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo.
Do we need a seminar? The perfect use of the tongue is already going on.
So, Hare Krishna everyone, I will just take a quick minute just to introduce you. I think everybody knows Prabhuji and Mataji because you were most of the familiar faces from yesterday's program. But I'll just read out a little bit about Prabhuji and Mataji. Before that, if we are all enjoying last 2 days about hearing about all these nectarines kathas from Prabhuji and Mataji, let's do 3 times big Hari Bol for that. And if you all want Mataji and Prabhuji to continue coming every year, then let's do another 3 rounds of Hari Bol. Hari Bol!
Yeah, Haribo.
Dwarakadhish Prabhu is a postgraduate MD in International Medicine and a senior physician at the Bhaktivedanta Hospital and Research Institute in Mira Road, Mumbai. He is also the co-founder, trustee and head of Department of Medicine. His spiritual quest brought him to ISKCON in 1982 and was fully satisfied when he read Srila Prabhupada's books and got initiated in 1986. Vishakha Mataji was introduced to Bhakti in 1985 when she was in 9th grade and she got initiated in 1986. And Prabhuji and Mataji got married in 1990. They were the first couple to get married in Radha Gopinath temple and the yajna ceremony was performed by none other than Radhanath Maharaj. They have been serving as counselors since over 3 decades. That is our fortune that we are hearing from them. For 3 decades, not 3 years. 3 decades and offering weekly deity worship since the installation of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. They are part of the Grihastha Vision Committee and at Radha Gopinath temple and have been guiding hundreds of devotees through the lectures and seminars on leadership, Vaishnava lifestyles, premarital trainings and marital counseling and helping the couples. And last year we had a big, almost 75 or 80 students, youth students joined, led by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he kind of helped to get 80 students and they took a training on premarital seminar. With the intent to share what they have learned and gathered over the years, they have been traveling in many places like Kolkata, Hyderabad, Pune, Bangalore, Kolhapur, Nasik in India. And also they are visiting Mauritius, Malaysia, USA, so many states. One of the favorite service is acting and directing professional dramas. And who doesn't know that if you don't know they are doing so many nice dramas, please, kind of you can connect with me after the program. I can send you the YouTube link. The best thing that we can show our children. Vishakha Mataji has been a successful iOS girls trainer through her annual seminar camps since last 20 years. And we are having the first youth girls session in Dallas tomorrow. So if anybody wants their girls can to join, that just please contact me and then I can let you know how to contact them. So with that, let's have another 3 rounds of Hari Bol and then we will get started here. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Hare Krishna. So just wanted to know how many of you all were not there yesterday for the part 1 of the seminar? Oh. So we'll give a 5-minute recap. So you get the link, otherwise you won't understand the link. And it will be a revision for all those who attended. Okay. So the title of our seminar is Tongue Mightier Than the Sword. Beautiful, scary horror picture, right? So we were discussing how the 20th century and the 21st century, different wars are being fought. One is against obesity, and one is against, in the 20th century there used to be with swords and everything. But now obesity, and the cause of obesity is what? Tongue. One of the reasons. And tongue has lot of purposes, right? So we discussed about how a person is always in search of happiness. And happiness comes from things and people, right? There are things give happiness. Some happiness comes from good mobile, good car and all of that. And the second is comes from people. And from people, it comes from several other factors like, oh, you are from Hyderabad, I am also from Hyderabad. You are from the same IT office, I am also. So some common factors you feel happiness to know. And another part is through speech. Because as we see, relationships can be built, maintained and destroyed through speech. Same thing. Speech can be used to build relations, to maintain relations and destroy. So to build it takes years. And to destroy it takes how much time? Immediate. So that's why we compared this ship which we see over here, we call it relationship. Very symbolic. Why they must have thought of it, whoever thought of that word. Why? Because in a ship, even though the ship is so big, the direction of the ship is given by a small thing which is known as the rudder. If such a small rudder is moved this side, that side, then it can change the whole direction of the whole big ship. Similarly, we might be, 80 kilos, 90 kilos our weight, and our tongue is how much? Like the rudder. But a big person ka direction of the relationship can be changed by a small tongue. And because of some words you might have spoken, relationships break like the glass vase. And you may use the world's best adhesive and try to stick it. You may be able to stick it, but the cracks still remain. When we speak, if we are not conscious of it, the cracks could remain. And we took the importance of speech, that what are the different factors because of which speech is important. One is it defines a person's image. When you meet somebody, you feel like talking to somebody or you don't feel like talking to them next time, depending on how pleasing his speech is. It's a means of building relationship, we said. It carries cultural relevance, right? You all are from India, some parts of India, and if you come to the US and if your speech is mother tongue, then what happens? You are carrying your culture from India here. If you only speak English, then there is no cultural roots. It generates a particular type of environment. By the way you speak, you either can create a positive environment or a negative environment. If some places some bad words are being spoken, then it is negative environment. If you are fighting, negative environment. But if you are appreciating and speaking positive communication, then it is a positive environment. So it creates environment, it affects consciousness, and there are, everybody's life, there are different categories of people involved. We have family, we have social circle and friends, we have people at our workplace or in our school, wherever we are. Then there are people in general, and then there are devotees, because we are Vaishnavas, we are interacting with devotees, and of course, ultimate goal is to interact with Krishna. So how we interact with all these categories of people, that defines our, life and the direction of our happiness. Then we discussed about this, that several times. No, I don't need the mic. Acha. So we saw that in our workplace and with our friends, and in the outside place, we talk very sweetly to people. Thank you so much, sir. Sorry, I will never do it again. Sorry for the inconvenience, and we will talk that type of language. Even in the temple we will say Hare Krishna Prabhuji Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha. Sorry. Even if a little bit of our cloth will touch, I'm so sorry, please forgive me for it, I hope I didn't offend you and all. But at home, bas, I just said that much and you all are identifying. Home we become like Bhagavad Gita as it is, in our natural elements. And all this things come out of our mouth. She is not a magician, but her words seem like daggers to the family member, or his words seem like a punch, right? So we see that we are not so intimate with outsiders, but somehow they receive the best part of our communication. And our close people, our family, our close friends, sometimes they receive the worst part of our communication. And why is that? Because we land up taking them for granted. We feel now where they will go. They are already, now they cannot leave me or go, or they cannot go escape anywhere. So there are, we know about these types of communication in today's day and age. There is written communication, verbal and non-verbal. Written could involve emails or books and WhatsApps. We have all these smileys. Without speaking to each other, smileys can indicate. Or like, so much laughing and all. So much of communication goes through written communication. Sometimes, wrong smileys by mistake, typo errors. They go, you are offering condolences to somebody and, it goes with her. Please accept our condolence. Or if you are wishing somebody congratulations and it goes with crying tears, all mistakes take place. And then there is verbal communication. What happened? Are we settled? It's distracting people.
He doesn't even know what he's doing.
It's okay. So there is verbal communication and non-verbal communication. So if we go to see, look at this pie chart, and you can see that words communicate only 7% of what you want to say. And your body language communicates 55%. Right? I may be saying, I'm sorry, but my body language is something else. Then it doesn't match. So body language is more important sometimes than verbal. Not that verbal is not important, but there has to be a proper balance between both. So for devotees, for non-devotees, it is a learning skill. But for devotees, it is known as Vaishnav etiquette, by the way we talk. That's why we have called our seminar, Tongue Mightier Than the Sword, the art of devotional communication. Because we are devotees, right? So the change in our communication will take place by the transformation of our heart. Not by learning some skills, public speaking skills or whatever. Because whatever is in the mind comes out in our words, and whatever is in our words comes out in our action. Right? It just reflects that. And there is content, intent and effect. Whatever we speak, sometimes the content is very good, but the intent is very evil. You want something out of the person, why you are saying in a very nice sugar-coated way. You want something out of it. Like the child comes to the mother and says, Mom, I love you. So the mother will say, what do you want? Prasad? She will feed. Then when he grows up, the child will tell the mother, Mom, I really love you. He's saying, what will she say? What is her name? When they grow up little more, they'll say, Mom, I really love you, but I'm not going to sign on any papers. Right? So at different stages, the same content may have different intents. Right? So we have to be very careful that in our content also, how our words are, what is the tone we are speaking in, what is the time, place, circumstance you are speaking in. The best of content spoken in the wrong place could have a wrong effect. And equally important is the intent. Our intent could be casual, we could be motivated, intent could be to please, or intent could be to hurt. You know that, right? When husband and wife fight, what happens? Who can hurt each other more than the husband and wife? you know exactly which point to press, which is going to hurt the opposite person, right? You know that, and similarly, you know exactly what pleases the partner. So if we want to, what is our intent is very important. So out of the two, intent is more important or content is more important? Both are equally important. You cannot justify one and other. Why? Because ultimately perception is reality. So the effect is most important. What I said, with what content I said, what was my intent. But if the effect is, the desired effect has not come, then it was bad communication. And we discussed that how several times, several factors could affect our communication. Sometimes we are tired and hungry, so our communication gets volatile. We are emotionally unfulfilled at office or at home, you had a stressful day, then our communication could get bad. There could be spiritual reasons for our bad communication, like our japa is not over. You are having a program at home, or it's Nirjal Ekadashi, or whatever. There could be spiritual reasons why you could get good or bad communication. Sometimes the husband and wife talk really good. So you say, what did Maharaj speak to you? That's why you're talking like that with me. Yes, some spiritual reason is there. Also, upbringing plays a very important role. The culture from which we have come, what we have seen in our house. If we have seen loving parents, you automatically land up being loving with everybody around you. And if you have seen toxic relationships at home, then what happens? Our communication is not good. Sometimes Prakriti affects us, Vayu Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti, Kapha Prakriti. You'll end up behaving like that. And even gender difference. There's a difference between the way men, communicate and the way females communicate. Men usually just talk to inform. It's all usually it is result oriented. They don't talk anything more than what is necessary, like women. So, but if the man understands the need of the woman to talk and takes out time, then the communication channel is on, then there are much less problems. But if you don't allow that ventilation to take place, then what happens? It is suppressed, and one day what? Hare Krishna explosion. Right? So therefore, husband and wife, they are one and they are different. Women talk about problems only to get close. They may not need solutions. They only want to ventilate and lighten their heart. So if the husband gives time for this ventilation, not considering it a waste of time, then relationship could be smooth, because love means spending time together. If you tell your son and your daughter, I love you, but I don't have time for you. So what type of love it is? When they grow up, they will say, when I needed you, you didn't have time for me. Now you have grown old, you need me, I don't have time for you. Subconsciously it becomes like that sometimes. And we discussed about the levels of communication, that there is subhuman, human and Vaishnav type of communication. Subhuman is bad intent, bad content. Both are bad. Violent and vulgar words and bad words and indecent language which we use. From bad intent, bad content, you have to come to at least human level of communication. Good content, intent may be uncertain, but at least externally the content is good. You are talking in a refined language, polite, courteous, modest way, in a civilized language. That is at least expected to bring us to that level. And the best is, of course, Vaishnav communication. Good intent, good content. Means you are never hurtful. There's no envy in our heart, right? We are truthful, we are honest, not boastful. We are full of appreciation. All these positive things come naturally. That is Vaishnav communication. So when we become devotees, we have to see that are we rising our consciousness and levels of communication, or are we still like this? At different places we are at different levels. And there could be modes in communication. In mode of ignorance, you don't think before or after speaking. You just speak. You just bark. You don't think. And so what, I said that. I don't care. That is mode of ignorance. Mode of passion is, at least after you speak, oh God, I should not have spoken like this. You think at least after you speak, right? And mode of goodness is, you think before you speak. Before hurting. You hurt somebody and you can't lick your own vomit. Better you think before you speak, so that, And that comes not otherwise, it comes by coming into the mode of goodness. Of course, we want to go to the level of Shuddha Sattva, but at least we should come to the level of goodness, right? So we ended here that we want to discuss unhealthy, ineffective communication, which should be what? Where are those arrows pointing? It should decrease. And healthy, effective communication should? And we want to learn this art, how we can do that. How can we decrease unhealthy, ineffective communication and increase healthy, effective communication? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Now we start today's class. We'll have our prayers now. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Shahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Mostute Chana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Dadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay. So you got a bit of overview of what we're talking about, I hope. Right? Yeah. So we're trying to pack up a lot of stuff in 2 days. Yesterday and today. But this is more like an awareness seminar, hoping that we will pick up essentials of communication from here and at least orient our life in a way where there's a qualitative change in the way we behave, the way we talk, the way we communicate. So, essentially it is about Vaishnava lifestyle or Vaishnava behavior, right? So, let's see what is ineffective communication. Communication be effective or ineffective, right? So, there could be non-verbal ways of ineffective communication. So, if somebody you are talking to somebody and if you do these things without even talking, your communication becomes ineffective. If somebody is yawning when I'm talking, right? You're looking at your watch and the mobile. Suppose we are talking right now, and suppose I find half of you are in your mobile. You are not doing that, but it's a very attentive audience. But suppose half of you are on the mobile, then you are not saying anything to me. But what am I feeling? This is a non-verbal communication that I am not interested. You go on speaking, I'm doing my work, right? So there is non-verbal communication. If turning away, being cold, looking bored, right? Right, rolling eyes, making faces, correct? So, can anybody read what Dalai Lama said? Mm. I think we would like to take that as a very great philosopher and a saintly person. Take that to heart. Can we all repeat that together? It is very, very powerful statement. See, these statements of people who are very realized, who have really lived a life of renunciation and great austerity, is coming out from the depth of their heart. Let us not treat people as bad as they are. Let us treat people as good as. Yeah. Okay. So this is. So these are all examples of non-verbal communication. So when we are talking to somebody, right, especially in a class, right, in our case, when we're sitting in a class, so it is said, whatever we are doing in a class and sitting, that is preaching, right? If you're very attentive, like Parishit Maharaj is attentive, everybody is attentive, and Shuddha Goswami is feeling more eager to explain and give more details, right? But if people are uninterested, they're yawning, right? So if you feel sleepy, we have to stand up, whatever, right? So whatever we do in a collective group is also all giving us own communication. It's sending on the vibrations outside. If one is attentive, it is infecting everybody to become very attentive. Somebody is inattentive and spacing out. Or something in a kirtan, the kirtan is going on, and everyone is enthusiastically participating, and if only half the people are participating, half the people are just like that, then like that, okay? So these are ways of, so whenever that is going on, we should not do these things, and therefore they are called as roadblocks to communication. They call as roadblocks. So we should not use roadblocks, but do something which is more effective. Yeah. Next one.
All right. So why are we calling it unhealthy? Because it is ineffective.
Blocks.
It is unhealthy and ineffective. So these were non-verbal, but in verbal communication, if you compare, is comparison exude positive energy or negative energy?
Usually, what happens?
You tell your child, just look at how many grades he got, and look at you, Dumbo. How the person feels. You go to somebody's house for prasad and you say, what a dal, learn from her. Or you go to somebody's house and the wife looks and says, see what her husband, and look where you are keeping me. Comparison. So is that positive or negative? Negative, unhealthy. When you are belittling people, sometimes in public we just say, no point in asking her, no brains, you know. Or my husband is always like that. Or the children, forget them, you know. You are nagging each other for all small things. You keep on doing the same thing. There's a blame game that you are wrong. It's all because of you. I am perfect, you are wrong. Always. Right? Judging people, abruptly changing the subject. The wife is talking about something and the husband just suddenly channel changes. Or the husband is talking about something and some other children are talking. We just see sometimes, you know, children are coming home excited from school and, you know, Dad, what I did this, Dad, I did this, you know, Mom, I did this, and, you know, that's what my friend did and I got a medal. And remove your shoes first. Put it over there, you know. Look how you have made the whole carpet dirty and all. Full, full enthusiasm, what? Dampened, right? So, how painful it is. Such an unhealthy communication you have done to the child, right? Insulting somebody, lying to somebody, criticizing, fault finding, boastful talking, everything about my idea. I suggested this, you know, otherwise it was my thought process. That's why it happened. You always want to prove that, no? Complaining, condemning, or you are ridiculing somebody, self-righteous, all this, what does it result in? What does all this ineffective, unhealthy communication result in? Beautiful word. Just look at the word I'm going to put on. No, very serious thing. Physical divorce is one thing, But before the physical divorce takes place, years before that, there is an emotional divorce that takes place. You are just cut off, There's no fun in living with
No
such a
rasa.
person. There is no rasa there. Already you have distanced out. Then physical divorce, legal divorce is just a matter of time. It will happen. If this continues, during lecture, important, but even this, so much it happens in family, with devotees, right? If somebody is talking, you are like, anything else? Come on, no. Or you are looking at the watch and you're making faces and there's a cold response and all. How does the opposite person feel? Will he even feel like communicating anything to you, with you? Not at all, right? So this is unhealthy, ineffective communication, which brings about an emotional divorce. Divorce is a very strong word. It's not an ordinary word, right? So the hearts have been distanced out between two devotees, between family members, between business partners. All this, first thing that happens is emotional divorce.
So let's take just one line. These are, we need to take, you may take a picture or not, whatever, you decide that. But let us at least take these words to mind, because you will find that we often do this. Can you identify with this? There are many things which we may laugh over the jokes or whatever else, but if you see from a serious point of view, we often complain, we often criticize, we are often boastful, we are often belittling and nagging, right? So these are considered as ineffective, right? And therefore, they actually contaminate our consciousness. They do contaminate our consciousness because they are building up negative, they are negative. They are born out of a negative energy. So because we are partaking of that energy, right, we will be influenced by it. It is not that we just say it out and it's done, khatam ho gaya, right? But actually we have partaken of that, and with repetitive behavior, it can actually become a serious type of a personality trait. It becomes a trait that this person is boastful, this person is always nagging, this person is always offensive, this person is always, complaining, right? So it becomes a personality trait, and that's very difficult to overcome. So just take cognizance of these things, and if it applies to some of things which we may be doing, then room for change, right?
That is why many times we say that, we have to understand these things, what you don't have to do, and there has to be a marriage between married people. Marriage between married people. Because we never think about it in this way. We never think. So, please make a note of this.
Okay. So, now, having noted this, today we are talking more of positive things, right? We want to learn, let's read some of the questions which came up, and naturally so. So, today we are learning some attitudes and skills and some knowledge-based understanding of what to actually adopt, right? See, you can only eliminate negative by adopting the positive. Let's understand it first. If I say, I should not do this, I should not do that, okay, you should not do this, but you won't be able to not do something unless you you cannot eliminate darkness from a room. There's no technology in the world today which removes darkness. All that you need to do is put a lamp or a tube light or a simple candle, and the darkness goes away, right? So you can only replace darkness with light. So also similarly, you can only replace ineffective communication by learning the art and skill of healthy communication. So let's see what they are.
So here also there is verbal and non-verbal.
Yeah. Okay. So let's put some of them, Vishakha. Yeah. So encouragement. I was talking about Prabhupada yesterday. And just if you get time in your life, see, we call us as we are following Prabhupada's. How many of us feel that we are Prabhupada's followers? We all are Prabhupada's followers, right? What does it mean following Prabhupada? That means we follow in his footsteps, we follow his style, we follow his mood, we follow his attitude. So if you pick up any of the thousands of letters he has written, any one, just there are, if you go on the Veda base, you will see Prabhupada's letters, right? Anyone you pick up, you will see Prabhupada is always, always, always very encouraging, right? How many like to feel encouraged about what we are doing? right? Right. So encouraging people actually helps increase their potential. Correct? So encouragement is a very, very healthy sign. Be positive, encourage, clarify. See, sometimes when we communicate and there could be something which we find that we may not have spoken properly, or we can make out from the person's face that he has not understood me properly, right? Or if there is something which has happened, you realize afterwards that it has been misunderstood. Never shun away from. I think so. I think I did not speak that day properly. Maybe you didn't understand, or maybe I didn't speak properly. Can I clarify with some few of the things? So always keep room for clarification, right? Because we may have had good intent, but my content may have been little. We may use the wrong words, which are communicating the wrong meaning to the opposite person. So we have a relationship whereby you can always sit across and say, Mataji, can I clarify with you that particular day whatever will happen? So clarification is a good way of, so some negative comments ho gaya hai, to created by clarification, right? Generally speaking, a person should be pleasant, right? Sometimes in this we say in Bombay we say this. Here I don't know. In Marathi there are some surnames called Godbole. There is a surname called Godbole, right? So it's very surprising and very wonderful to know this, that their surname itself is Godbole, right? Means what they speak is God. God means pleasing, sweet, right? So is it not wonderful if we can learn the art of speaking sweetly? Minimize harshness, rudeness, etc. So be more pleasing in your communication. So people should like to hear you, correct? And of course, appreciation goes a long way. It is considered one of the, we'll talk about that a little more later, but these are things which we want to adopt, which are very, very powerful ways of communication. We can do work magic and wonders with these things. They sound like simple words, but they have tremendous potential, right? In your company, what is the time when you feel most dejected in your company? If you're doing a lot of hard work in your company, you're working for the company very hard, but if you are not appreciated, what happens? You don't feel like doing anything. But if somebody in front of people, you are called and say, oh, Mr. Sharma, please come here. My dear colleagues, I want to tell you, Mr. Sharma has brought a beautiful order of $1 million for our company, right? And he said, let us give a gift clap, right? And you give him some bonus or some perk you give him. So when you appreciate in front of somebody else, it goes a very long way. Therefore, rather than we have an attitude where we find faults so easily, so quickly in people. We are generally speaking more negatively oriented. But if we can become more positive, it will be nice, right? Yeah. Now, there are non-verbal ways also. We may not always do this, or we may do this, but sometimes just touching somebody. Like in my profession as a doctor, when we go to the bedside of a person, right, if we just touch the person's shoulder and said, Mr. Patel, how is the fever today? Just that touch has so much of power, right? So a child, right, you just touch a person, say, don't worry, I'm with you. If you say that, if you just touch a person and say, don't worry, I'm with you. Whatever we want, we'll do together. So that touch also has great, when done with the right intention. There could be wrong touches also, bad touches also, but we're not talking about that today. But just touch, right? When a child is touched, therefore they say when the child is born, first thing they do with the child is born is put the child is put on the mother's womb first. Let the mother and child first connect physically. Yes, let the child feel the mother's warmth of her love. Right? So touch is very, very important part of communication also. Which is the most, the most free thing in the world to do to make somebody happy. Just smile. How many of you actually smile at people? In America, I think this is very wonderful. I find that whether they mean the smile or not, but we find that, even the person like that is, she was saying, that the guy who came to take the trash, he doesn't know her, he doesn't know anyone of us. He just give a smile. This is part of the civil training of America, whatever, right? But it's a good thing. Not everything in America is bad, right? In fact, there are many things which are good here. So a smile. Now, if you take a little deeper understanding, when it comes to Vaishnavas, that smile is very essential, right? If you see a Vaishnava and you don't give a smile, it is considered a small offense. And the Sanskrit is darshanam na harshanam. आपने दर्शन किया भक्त का, you saw the devotee, लेकिन आपने हर्ष नहीं दिखाया. You did not show any harsh. This is there are 6 offenses given in Skanda Puran. One of Skanda Puran offenses is darshanam na harshanam. You saw Vaishnav, Vaishnav is a person who is actually representing Vishnu, right? And he's supposed to remind you of Vishnu. He has tilak, he has kanti, and he sees you, at least smile and say Hare Krishna. Say Hare Krishna. Never look through a Vaishnava, right? Don't neglect. Of course, you are thinking of something in your mind. I'm sorry, I did not even see you. It's okay. But generally speaking, always acknowledge a person who is there. It's a nice thing. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Positive gestures, like when you see somebody, you do namaste, you stand up, right? These are these positive gestures?
Yes.
You bow down to somebody out of respect. These are all, when parents come, you touch their feet. These are positive gestures which give out a different message.
They are very powerful. Again, they are very powerful. I remember as I grew up as a child, we used to go to our hometown. My hometown was in Gujarat. Otherwise, we were staying in Bombay all the time. We were trained to go and then touch the feet of my uncles and my grandmother, right? The first thing we did in the morning was touch their feet, and then we did this thing, right? And automatically, when you touch that feet, what comes out from the heart of the person? Blessings about. You just automatically feel like blessing them. So, like you have seen Mahabharata, right? They always say Ayushman Bhava, Vijayi Bhava, Yashashvi Bhava, right? Dirghayush Bhava, right? So they will always give you something like blessing like that. So in our Indian Vedic culture, bowing down and expressing humility for touching the feet of the seniors, the renunciates, the sannyasis. Of course, men, we may have to keep that distance, and so that gender is there. But otherwise, bowing down and touching feet or just namaskaram, right, is a very good gesture to keep. So that keeps the culture alive. Right? Okay.
Then there is empathic listening, isn't it? When we were talking of distracted people, that when somebody is talking and you are completely distracted, that is unhealthy. But what is healthy? You empathically listen. Whatever you want to say, yes, I'm with you. I'm listening. Tell me. And how valued that person feels just by some empathic listening. So that is very important. So in general, if you want to define healthy communication, it is when two people are able to express their needs, their wants, their feelings clearly and specifically, and have these expressions received with care, respect and attention. Very nice definition. Please read it carefully. And most important is, please don't assume your partner or the opposite person is a mind reader. What do I have to tell you every now and then? You know I love you. It's okay, yaar. Huh? I don't have to tell you that like that. If some devotee comes in front of you, I respect you. You want me to bow down to you every now and then? Huh? But so we presume, right? You should read my mind. These feelings are there. These emotions are there. But sometimes you have to vocalize them. You have to physically show them. If you don't, time to time show physical signs of affection to the child, how will the child know my parents love me? Right? The COVID 6 feet distance lasted only for that much. But people carried forward eternally, Pre-COVID, post-COVID, it remains like that only. So we understand what is empathic listening. Right? Communication skills plus desire to genuinely connect. One time, our spiritual master was asked that, how is it that, you are able to help so many people? So I said, because I genuinely love them. and I genuinely want to connect with them. It's not a formality. It's not a formality that, okay, chalo, finish off. I have 10 minutes. What do you want to say? Not that is not empathic listening. There is a genuine desire to connect. I genuinely want to connect with you. Tell me, I am available, right? So they give the solar formula. One is what type of sitting posture. If somebody wants to communicate, yeah, okay, tell me. So that doesn't show anything, right? But if you are here like this listening, yeah, okay, yes. What do you want to say? There's even open body language means you are listening like that. Close it. Bolo. I am completely closed. My body language is also closed. Listening attentively. Sometimes even repeating what you say. Oh, I understand what you went through, You paraphrase it. You paraphrase it to the opposite person. They do understand, right? And also maintaining eye contact. You are talking to me and I'm listening. How does a person feel? Are you listening to me or you are just... The genuinely caring people, 100 people might be waiting to talk to you, but you are going to talk because I love you, I care for you. Finish the conversation, then I can always talk to the next person, then I can talk to the next person. So eye contact is very important, and we need to remain relaxed and not always in a hurry. Chalo, finish. 5 minutes I've got, every day 5 minutes I'll give you. Calculate. Whatever you want to say, 5 minutes. Timer start, your time stops now. Starts now, stops now. That cannot be empathic listening, right? So they say, who's listening? The whole body is listening. The eyes are looking at the person who's talking, ears are ready to hear, mouth is quiet, no talking. You cannot, like, the person is talking and you are also talking. Simultaneously both are talking. So who's listening? Before the person finishes his talking, yeah, I understand. Move ahead. Be fast. Complete fast. Or your foot is there and you are stamping the foot or shaking the foot like that, and the body should face the speaker. The brain is thinking about what is being said or no, and the heart is caring, right? So with your whole body listens. It's not only your ears listen, right? Very beautiful. This is non-verbal communication. So when we were talking about marriage between married people,
So this graph you are seeing, number of years on y-axis and familiarity on the x-axis. Why are you laughing? Right. So love is a verb. That means it will be shown in action. Correct? So the concept of love tank is to be important. So dear devotees, just try to understand. It's very simple but very powerful concept here. So when you buy a car and you get the tank filled up, right? So then you drive for about a couple of dozen of miles like that. But the car will last you for maybe 5 years, 10 years. But the petrol has to be filled. It's not that you buy the car and the petrol also will last for the next 10 years, right? Right? You have to fill it again and again, right? It gets empty, again you fill it, it gets empty, you keep on recharging it. Similarly, there is also, everyone has within himself a love tank. So it is not that because you married on that day, and marriage will last for maybe 50 years, right? But I don't have to filling in love in the opposite person is like filling the petrol in the car, right? So we have to invest loving sentiments, loving words, caring words, appreciation, kindness, etc. as a regular exhibition of our love, right? So that when you invest that, now only when the love tank gets dried up, there are some signs, right? When there is neglect, rude behavior, improper, that is coming, right? So you can see here, correct. So just like, we can make up when the market is going up or down, right? So similarly, is my relationship really on an enhancing mode mein hai? Is my relationship is going down? There are some signals of that, right? So we need to judge that. Now, if there are signals, the next one is there. No. Okay. So if we find signals that there is increasing sourness coming up, increasing bitterness is coming up, the sweetness which we had is somehow diminishing. That means we are not filling the love tank regularly.
More irritation is there. Small issues upset.
We are snapping, we keep on snapping, and every small thing we are misunderstanding. Every small thing is lands up in not but misunderstanding, right? And you have to spend hours and hours clarifying again. It wasn't like this, it was like that, it was like this, it was like that, right? So instead of just giving benefit of doubt, oh, he may have meant like this. When there is a lot of love, the benefit of doubt also is there. But when there is no love, lack of love, emptying out tank, then you severely land up misunderstanding the opposite person. Correct? So these are signs of. So regularly remember, whether it is a child or your spouse or any loved one, whether far away, a phone call, how are you? If they're close ones, taking care, being it. So that when we talk when we define healthy communication, let there be TLC, tender loving care. When that is expressed in various ways, the love tank is, that means, getting filled. Right?
So now there are some proactive strategies, or what you call communication enhancers. We have taste enhancers, right? We say salt is a taste enhancer, or you put some oregano or chilies, it enhances the taste of the pizza, right? So same way, there has to be some things which could be communication enhancers, which you have to do proactively, not as a firefighting. Something happened and now I do it. That's good, but prevention is always better than cure. So what are those communication enhancers which we could do? Number 1, listen more and speak less. Maybe that's why the Lord gave 1 mouth and 2 ears. Otherwise they would give 2 mouths and 1 ear. Huh? Why?
Very simple math is there, no? But it's very powerful.
So use it proportionately, as they say. We are more eager to always speak than to hear, right? So empathic listening is also part of that. That okay, tell me, share with me. What do you want to say? What do you, anything you want to communicate, even in institutes. If you don't give the right forum to speak, they will speak in the wrong forum, right? Because speak, I have to speak. If you don't give me the right place, I'll speak in the wrong place. I will criticize you, I will rumor monger you, because you never facilitated a place where I can do what? Monkey bath. Man ki baat. What are monkey bath? Man ki baat bolne ke liye, there has to be some place, right? And there have to be somebody to listen. We heard that there are some people who charge just for listening, $100 per hour. Speak, I am there to listen.
Yeah, see, ultimately counseling, we found many of our friends are into counseling more as a, sort of business or whatever you call it, right? So, in that we found that they give 1 hour. It's 1 hour slot session they give, right? Usme 55 minutes that person is speaking only. The guy who speaks about speaking. And 5 minutes they will just give some few things in the end, few tips or few, conclusive statements. And 55 minutes even just listening, right? And they charge a good amount of money for that, right? It may sound, why are they charging so much money? But just that listening is so powerful that just by having that person listened, the person starts healing himself, right? And of course, it is not passive listening. Please remember, they're not charging you money for the wrong thing, right? It is actually very active listening. It's like a doctor, right? He's listening to you. So you must have gone to a doctor. You find that doctor who listens to you properly, nicely, you find him always more useful than somebody says, अच्छा ठीक है, you are saying something but he's already making the prescription. अच्छा और क्या होता है? अच्छा पेट में भी दुखता है, ठीक है, खांसी भी आता है, ठीक है. So he just keeps on writing the prescription and then he says, okay, you take it from a nurse, go out and take it from nurse and don't forget to pay the money outside, okay? So listening is a very, very powerful thing. Let us again remember Srila Prabhupada. The thing, see, the Acharya teaches by example, right? The thing which caught Sarojini Thakur's attention powerfully, that this gentleman who is there, his name is Abhay Charan De, right, is a very good listener. I will initiate him because he is a good he never goes away. They were going away for darshan and all that thing in the yatra. Seshashai, they were going to Vrindavan. But Prabhupada was listening. He never always understood his Saraswati Thakur's talks. Because talking British English, very high English he was talking. Right? And Tattva was so deep, Tattva he was used to talk about. Prabhupada, whether he understood something or not, he would still patiently listen to his Guru Maharaj. Right? And that was because he heard nicely, he wrote nicely, he spoke nicely. So if you hear well, you will think better, you will speak better, you will behave better. So beginning of our thoughts, words and deeds often start from how good we are hearing. Right? And therefore it's so important.
And listening means you have to take out time. And today time is money. Right? So when you take out time, the opposite person feels the care. Feels the love, that he feels that my time is valuable and is giving me that time. So many emotions are satisfied just by being a good listener. Even to top leadership conferences and seminars, one of the first qualities needed as a leader is be a good listener. So listen more and speak less. Number 2 communication enhancer is appreciation. Right? We spoke about appreciation.
Go ahead.
Appreciation is that tonic which can make a relationship very, very healthy. Don't we do that? When our children are there and they draw the first picture we drew, you remember that picture? The sun, the mountains, and a river coming like this. You just drew that, your child drew. Maybe he drew black sun and red mountains and purple river and whatever he drew. And what did you say? Wow, you are an artist here. You didn't say, this is the way you paint. Throw it in the dustbin. We didn't say that, right? What did we do? We appreciated. When you appreciate, we don't know how the person feels like doing more. When you are appreciated, you feel like doing more. Like when I joined Krishna consciousness, my Shiksha Guru was Mahaprabhu Prabhu. And I was chanting 4 rounds. So whenever he would meet me, lovingly he used to call me Bandariya. Because I was very jumping here and there, running here. So he would say, Bandariya, kitni mala karti hai? How many rounds you are chanting? I would say, 4 Mahaprabhu. 4 rounds! Very good. He would not say very. Very good. Very good. You are chanting 4. And I would feel I'm doing only 4 rounds and he's saying this. So by next Sunday before I meet him, I'll chant 8 rounds. So next time I would chant 8 rounds. And he would say, how many rounds you are doing, Bandariya? I would say, Mahaprabhu, 8. Very, very good. And that's the way I started chanting 16 rounds, Because of what? He only told these 2 words. Very, very, very. And very, very, very. And I came to 16 rounds. Imagine, sometimes it takes days to make somebody chant 16 rounds. Arey, 2 mala to karo yaar. And we don't have time to do that. But appreciation helps so much. Sometimes, one day one man came home and he saw that the gate was open. The main gate was open. So he came inside and the door was open. And he's looking for his wife and she's not around. And he sees that all the children's toys are lying on the ground. The cushions are down. And the magazines are strewn over there. He comes into the kitchen and he sees the kitchen is overflowing with vessels over there. The potato and the carrot peels are all there on the table over there. And he sees the dining table and the eaten dishes are there. The white napkins are there. The glasses, spoons, forks, they are all lying there. Sabji is outside the fridge. And he wonders, where is she, And he goes up and he sees that water is draining down the bathroom, coming down. And he goes into the bathroom and he sees bucket is lying there. Mug is there. Soap is lying on the floor. The shampoo ka bottle ka dhakkan is open. Oil ka dhakkan is open. Oil has fallen in the sink. Napkin is fallen down. Towels are lying on the bathtub and all. And he wonders, where is she, And he goes there and he goes into the bedroom and she's reading and he says, what is this, What has happened today in the house? I was saying, no, nothing. Every day you tell me, what do you do in the house? So whatever I do, I didn't do today. Whatever I do every day, you feel, what am I doing? So I wanted to just show you what all I do. I close the dhakkan of the shampoo. I pick up the towel and put it there. I take the trash and put it in that. Vegetables back in the fridge. Just a sample. Wanted to show you, right? So sometimes we forget, that every now and then why I have to appreciate. I told you, last week also I appreciated. Every marriage anniversary I will appreciate. Now don't expect more than that. Right? We will land up being so, as yesterday Prabhuji was saying, that the worst juice in the world is conjuice. Conjuice is the worst juice. Why we are so miserly? You see these Lions Club people and Rotary, small thing you do and wow, they'll give you pins and medals and hardly anything you have done, and they'll just a ribbon you might have cut and wow. So much we need to learn from them. And many times even in devotee circles, we are very conjuice in appreciating. Just imagine if we appreciate devotees who are giving their life and doing so much, how much more they will do. How much more they will do. You don't have to give them lectures. Are seva karo, seva karo, seva karo. They will feel like doing seva karo when they are appreciated for the smallest thing that you do. When you do. So we as a community, we need to increase the appreciation quotient. Learning from all these people around us that appreciate, and you will get much more. Not that you diplomatically do, let us appreciate, they will do. It's not a planned thing, but genuinely when you feel love in the heart, the smallest thing that is done, you feel appreciation. And when there is no love, the biggest sacrifice, the children will tell the parents, what great, it's your duty. You say that and finished. If the father is working so hard whole day, and the wife will say, what's the big thing? It's your duty to maintain us. Or the husband tells the wife, what's the great thing? It's your duty to cook and maintain the house. Finished? Khatam? Matter over? Who will feel like doing anything? My duty, na? ठीक है, करते रहो ऐसे ही. Right? But when you appreciate, why duty also has to be appreciated, na? That you are doing. Not necessarily everybody will be do their duty properly. So let us become more appreciative. In the outside world, the professional people who charge, they will tell you to maintain an appreciation diary. Every day put 10 points to appreciate. Why they tell you that? Initially you will have to rack your brains. Appreciate this one. Kya likhu? 1, 2, 3. Bas, now I can't see any more than 3 in him. Next day you might be able to see 5. Next day they say okay, you see 8. Someday you reach 10, and then 15, 20 things you start seeing. And you just can't stop. You want to appreciate same person whom you couldn't find more than 3. Same. How? Because they make it a habit. Everything you see, you land. It becomes a habit to appreciate everybody. Appreciate you, appreciate children, appreciate. And imagine the positivity that you are spreading in the world. Just imagine what positivity. So let us be carriers of positivity more than appreciate what they have done to 100%, but sometimes appreciate the undone things also, and they will do much more than that, right?
Saraswati Thakur would bring, sometimes two devotees would, suppose they had an argument and they had a fight, right? They were all living in mathas, they were like full-timers. And if they had a serious fight, then what will he do? He will call both the devotees and sit down and said, now appreciate each other. So they had a serious fight just now, a few minutes back, right? And sitting in front of the spiritual master, said, now appreciate each other, right? What is supposed to think now? So they would rack their brains. This fellow I have to appreciate now, right? But they would have to do it because it is Guru Agya. So they start seeing the good things and the good things and the good things, and they find that actually he's a good person, right? It is just that my mind had cheated me to start seeing the bad, and the mind was enhancing the bad things. So actually everyone has so many good things to appreciate. It's just that we have not trained our mind to pick up that positivity, the goodness, but we have trained our mind, or rather conditioned our mind to pick up the negativity, right? So that's a great golden quality to have.
And appreciation also releases positive hormones within you. Automatically, you feel healthy. Somebody who is, you go to somebody's house and the girl had got married and come and she was very nice, beautiful looking and all. And after 4-5 years you go and she's like chimmad, dried up and all. What happened? What? Because in the house, mother-in-law is taunting, husband not appreciating, everything is happening like that. The natural beauty doesn't come out only. In fact, whatever is there, that also dries up, right? If your person is working in the office and he has toxic boss, toxic, colleagues and all, he's mentally stressed, so that there's no positive hormones even coming out, right? So we have to understand the power of appreciation, right? So it is a communication enhancer. The third one, we are going fast, but otherwise there is many things that can be said in each of these. Third one is respect, right? Increasing the respect quotient towards all. What happens when you respect somebody? What happens? You automatically appreciate them. What else happens? You give respect, you get respect. What else? Yes, we land up listening to them. You get positivity from them, right? When you see somebody, you open the door of the car. Somebody comes, you automatically get up, Why? Why do you get up? Why do you get up? You are showing respect to the opposite person, right? So your positivity in life is equally proportionate to the respect you have. If I don't respect somebody, then I don't appreciate, I don't even stand, I don't acknowledge the presence also of the person. That person doesn't matter to me. That person doesn't exist for me. So imagine when you increase the respect quotient of your life for everybody. And respect just doesn't mean physical respect you show. Respect each other's opinion. Respect each other's contribution. Respect each other's ideas. You welcome them. That is a sort of respect. I respect you, but don't give me any ideas. What type of respect is that? What type of respect is that? But I may not even show respect and say, yeah, share your ideas, share your thoughts. I think it's a valuable input which you have given. Isn't that a sign of respect? When husband and wife take collateral decisions, it's a sign of such a respect. If it is unilateral decisions, my money, I'll decide what I have to do. Your CA, my CA. Your money, my money. Does that show respect? No, it's not I or you or me. It is what? We. That's why generic name we have given all our seminars is from I to we. You go from I to we and so many things just change in your life. So many. Right? Because I means egocentric. You don't respect anybody else. It's only about me. I like this. I don't like this. I want this. I don't want this. I can tolerate this. I can't tolerate this. No. But when it is we, that means you respect people around you. You take joint decisions. Right? In temple also, you have a joint temple council. Why? Because you take everybody's opinion. And then you come to a consensus. Okay. And what happens because of respect? There is so much positivity that, okay, our ideas are also valued. Sometimes people ask the children also, which color we should paint the house. You take joint decisions, not that this is the house, it will be painted black and you have to stay because I like black. Such dictatorial things don't work in any relationship. So, respect shows you can take people along with you. Disrespect means you like isolation. You live in isolation, you die in isolation. Right? But when you take people around you, along with you, that is a sign of respect. And respect is such a good communication enhancer.
Respect also would mean respecting mutual differences. There could be husband and wife which are very different, right? They may have, but genuine love would mean that you are willing to accommodate that person's differences because out of respect. They don't have to always agree with you, but you have this likes, you have this dislikes, this is your nature, this is your personality. I respect that. Even though we are different, Because of mutual respect, we are able to accommodate and do not make it an issue in our life. If there is lack of respect, that becomes the difference become an issue. If there is respect, that differences can be a binding factor. Okay, we are different, but then because of difference, then there is more is like a variety, and that way the variety brings in more unity sometimes, right? Okay, so respecting differences could also mean respecting mutual difference can be there in husband and wife.
And the fourth one,
Yeah. This is a very nice thing Chanakya Pandit has given. Some of you may have remembered his beautiful words. He said, what did he say? Yeah. Matravat paradareshu, paradraveshu lostravat. Atma sarva bhuteshu, ye pashati sa panditaha. Right? So this it means he gives three things. One is that matravat paradareshu means any other woman other than your own wife is to be respected as mother, right? Then paradravyeshu, what other people have is lostravat. What other people have nothing to do with you. It is like a stone on the side of the road. But the third important thing is atmavat sarva bhuteshu. So this is, even if we forget everything else we have talked today, right? If you can just remember this one thing. How would you like to be treated? How do you like to be treated? Nicely, respectfully, lovingly, with care, right? So we all know how we want to be treated. We all know how we want to be talked to. We all know how we want to be dealt with. Is it not? We all know this. This is no seminars record on that, right? What do we expect? Now, can we just make a simple adjustment, adaptation in mind? Okay, I should behave with others the way I'm expecting them to behave with. In all religions of the world, my dear devotees, look at this, there are all different signs here. Zoroastrians are there, Muslims are there, Hindus of course are there, right? So this is called as the golden rule of common universal in all religions, right? You give love, you will get love. What goes around, comes around. If you have given out hate and negativity, it will come around to you also, right? So if you want to be happy, you make other people happy. If you want to be respected, respect others. If you want to be loved, if you want to be cared, care for others. But that's the law of nature, and nobody can break that, right? So this is called as the golden rule. Very, very important. Atmavat sarva bhuteshu, right? So sometimes we are, I think next we can take the next one. Lack of time. So our devotee was mentioning this yesterday, right?
Hemant Prabhu.
Yeah, I think he's not here today. But he was mentioning this very beautiful verse, speaking from own Krishna's lotus mouth, right? Krishna has said this. Of course, Krishna said in a gist. So, austerity of speech is austerity of the body, austerity of the mind, austerity of the speech. This is from 17th chapter, correct? The speech consists of speaking words that are truthful, pleasing and beneficial and to others, and also regularly decided with the scriptures and not agitating them. So Satyam Prem Hitam, easy to remember. So Satyam means truthful, Priyam means pleasing, Hitam means beneficial. Right? This is Krishna's succinct and synopsis, three beautiful words. Speak which is that is truthful, speak which is pleasing, and that which is beneficial. Correct? Right.
Now the question comes that, okay, all this what we heard, fine. But suppose we have already been victims of unhealthy, ineffective communication. Already some relationships are broken. Ho gaya na? Yesterday one devotee was asking that question that I wish I had heard this before. But already some damage is done in some relationship. So how to repair it? Right? Some things need repair also. Right? So we thought that we should have damage repair mechanism. Some tips on that. That what is there anything which we can do for this? So for that, number one, it's never too late. First is accept the mistake, however painful it is to your ego. The first step to repair is you have to accept that you could also be wrong. Could you be wrong?
what is the probability that you are wrong? 50-50. In an argument, at least accept, na? He said it? 90%. That's even better, right? That's very humble. But in any argument or misunderstanding, potentially speaking, even just average maths, I could be wrong, she could be wrong, but 50% I could be wrong, right? So at least you can take that position in your mind. Therefore, if I am going to be wrong, and in fact in any argument when it takes place, when there is any damage takes place, we generally tend to think, you began the problem. Who started the whole thing? You said that first, right? So we try to keep on pushing a particular type of point to, so when there's argument, we try to win the argument, correct? When there's a problem, our ego says, don't stop till you win the argument, okay? Keep on feeding it with arguments, logics, reasonings, justifications, till you actually shut that person up, and when you win when you win it, then you feel, look, right, I won, right? So you won the battle, but you lost the war. Correct?
Operation successful, patient dead.
Lost the war, right? So what was the gain? The false ego is so evil that it will not, you are seeing the relation getting damaged, the relation getting fractured, right? But still the indomitable power of ego is so strong that it keeps on pushing you in the wrong thing till it is destroyed. Therefore, every devotee knows, and when we say this to err is human, right? If to err is human, are we human? Anybody who is not human? We are all human, right? So if the err is human, then I could have been making mistake. So humility is so misunderstood by most people. People, humility means always namaskaram to everybody, offering obeisance to a million people every day. That's fine, right? That's it. But humility means, if to be accept that I could be wrong, is actually humble behavior, right? And therefore confess it. I think I made a mistake. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that, right? That is your real strength. Humility actually is not weakness. Humility actually is. If somebody says this, is it a sign of weakness or is it a sign of his strength? It takes strength to say this. It takes strength to say this. And a weak person will keep on pushing by justification. Right? Right.
Also, many times you need to clarify, because how the opposite person has understood, what they have understood, that why certain things you spoke, why you did not do. So it requires honest clarification without mincing words, that this way, that way, whatever. So you could repair the damage, and it's never too late. If you are seeing the symptoms that our relationship is breaking down, then please give honest clarification. What do you mean? What does it mean? I didn't mean it like that. Actually, this was the meaning of it. Because you are seeing some signs of the change in the relationship. So you might need to do, and the faster you do it, the faster the repair is done.
That's good.
The more time it goes, then it becomes quite irreversible. Because when you leave bread out for a long time, it ferments. So relationships also ferment. So if you have to have honest clarification, do it as soon as we can do, because misunderstandings is common. It's not what happened, it's how you deal with it. So if you have given honest clarification, it helps. Beg forgiveness. It's a sign of strength. One case was there, as how something happened, and that person died before begging forgiveness with that heavy heart. And the person was feeling so guilty. Later on we may say that, but in palliative care they have a system that before the person is leaving, suppose my father, mother, whoever, partner is serious and is about to leave the body, you should have some 5 exchanges with them, out of which one is beg forgiveness for known unknown things, something you might have unknowingly done. Beg it, otherwise that heavy heart, heavy load on your heart, and that person is gone. There is no possibility of clarification after that. So begging forgiveness and saying sorry again is a sign of strength. Right? Don't hesitate. Who begs forgiveness and says sorry? Who cares for the relationship? If you don't care, then don't say it's okay. Let it go on the way it's going on. But you care, then you say the sorry.
So, along with this, the corollary of this part is that if somebody comes, one of the spouses comes to you and begs for forgiveness, automatically would mean that the person should be willing to forgive, right? So that are both things are very important. If somebody says, "Oh, I'm sorry," ठीक है, हो गया, बहुत हो गया अभी तुम्हारा, right? नाटक बहुत हो गया तुम्हारा, right? So we can say something like that and really boost that fellow or that fellow felly, whatever it is. But he is actually gaining some, mustered some courage to beg for forgiveness. And therefore, in a loving relationship, be very prompt to ask for forgiveness and that is Vaishnava. In fact, one of our acharyas said that a true Vaishnava, now we may not be true Vaishnavas, but this is the standard. The true Vaishnava is forgiving even while the offense is happening. Suppose somebody is speaking something offensive, and before even reacting in a negative way or hitting him back or slashing him back or retaliating back, he's just, what is the immediate response? He keeps forgiving. He says something more, he keeps forgiving. So even as offense is happening online, on the spot, it is still.
Like Haridas said, forgive them for they know not what they do. Jesus said, forgive them for they know not what they do.
He is forgiving them.
Very
right?
difficult, but very important.
So as we are saying, so being a devotee is way beyond just externals, right? There is a lot of internal churning required. So regarding begging forgiveness, both partners or two friends or fellow devotees. Now see, we are talking about family people because that is a frequent type of misunderstanding can take place. But please remember, we are talking at a community level also. So we can expand it to our Frisco community also. Something can happen. If somebody comes and said, "Hey Prabhu, I'm really sorry that I really messed it up," or you didn't get prasadam because it got over, or you were late and I didn't know you were there and I didn't give you a lift. I go to take everybody by car. There was a place in the car, but I didn't see you, so I'm sorry you were in the rain. Would be anything, right? But could be. But opposite person should be said, "It's all right, don't worry." So that is Vaishnava, to forgive and to beg forgiveness. So the highest dharma, actually, if you go a little more once, there could be a lot of talk on this. We won't go into big details. But actually the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, the entire Srimad Bhagavatam the highest dharma taught in Bhagavatam is Shama Dharma. The entire Srimad Bhagavatam, the topmost teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching the religion of Shama.
Next is working for the change. As they say, if you change nothing, nothing will change. Right? Often devotees like to hear lectures where pastimes are narrated. Katha. This Katha, Gocharan Leela is there, or, why? It doesn't put pressure on me to change. I'm enjoying it, Wow, Krishna did this and very nice. But it doesn't put pressure on me that I need to change. But when you have lifestyle seminars like this, sometimes they go very heavy on the heart. Because that guilt keeps eating you up, that I am doing all this. So much work I have to do on myself. Right? So some people don't like to attend these seminars. Because it's too painful.
Ignorance is bliss.
It's too painful, However, a balanced growth of a devotee takes place when they like both. You'll be able to enjoy Katha better if relationships are better. Na? Imagine we two are sitting next to each other. Beautiful Katha is going on and you're not able to relish so much because
seething,
there are those unspoken vibrations which are going amongst us, that you are not happy with, you are displeased with, somebody said something, happens with all of us. It's not that we are saying it doesn't happens with all of us, it happens. So somewhere or the other, if we want to relish it, we must be willing to make some change. If we care for relationships around us, some change we must be ready to do, right? In whatever ways we spoke about. Change could be small ones, but we move towards it. Something you should feel, I must go. Not that I just attend the lecture, very nice, very nice. I laughed at some funny things because they were relating to me, but when I go back again, everything remains the same. No, something has to be better than what it was before, because all of us have some relationships which are khatkoing us, right? Everybody has a Hari Ka Lal or Hari Ki Lali in their life, which might be affecting it's not very smooth. Everybody has that, because we are conditioned souls. So we have to work for this sort of a change. And the fifth one is invest in good times. Emotional bank account. Did we know there is a emotional bank account also? There is money bank account because we think money is everything, money is honey, right? But if relationships are a real wealth, then there has to be a bank account for that also. And bank accounts always have credit and debit. So how much you are depositing and how much you are withdrawing. If you want to give one correction to somebody, psychologists say that first you should appreciate 5 things and then say this, something which you might need to correct. Because already the person's heart is opened up by appreciation. But if you don't appreciate and you just want to point out somebody, you are this and you didn't do this and you didn't do that. So the heart is already closed. So you have not, and it's not only actively when something happens. In good times, you keep depositing, keep appreciating, keep respecting, giving gifts, words of kindness, or whatever you are doing. So once in a way, when there is an opportunity that something wrong that person did, and you give that feedback, that person will be able to take it. Otherwise, every feedback will be like what? The straw that broke the camel's back. That last straw that broke the camel's back, right? Divorces don't happen by that last fight that took place. Today we fought and tomorrow we divorce. No, it is building up. It's building up. It's building up. It's building up. And then snap one day. So we have to know that we have to learn this art to deposit. Deposit in our children. Deposit in our spouses. Deposit in the devotee community. Positive, positive, positive. Then obviously somebody does something wrong, they'll be able to take it from you. And if you have not done that, then you have no right to give any feedback. And even if you give, it will not be taken in the right spirit, or the desired result will not come.
In fact, I am remembering one of the Prabhupada disciples was that he was Panchatantra Prabhu. There have been times when Prabhupada has been quite angry, right? So they learnt everything from Prabhupada by asking him, right? They didn't know anything. So once the devotee came to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, how should we think when you get angry with us? वो भी पूछना पड़ता है. So he went to Prabhupada and said, how should we react when you're angry with us? Prabhupada said, you should be very happy. Right? Because somebody I'm chastising you is an act of my love. So Prabhupada was so positive, right? Because he deposited so much in his disciples through his love, through his care, through his smile, through his encouragement, through his inspiration, through his example. So much was there. So even when Prabhupada sometimes chastises, you are a mlecha, you are totally untrained fellows, You won't understand. So you find Prabhupada reacting like that. But they always felt Prabhupada is love. Right? So a mother may get angry, father may get angry, but because they have deposited well in the children and the relationship, even that anger is interpreted by the mind as act of love and concern. But if there has not been enough deposits, that statement becomes like, okay, she doesn't love me, he doesn't love me. This becomes negative. Right? So when we talk of investment, we talk of investing in gold and mutual funds and post office or investing in land. Yes, that's okay. But invest in relationship. We never talk of investing in relationship, but please invest in relationship. That's the real source of your happiness, more than investing in gold and mutual funds. Right?
It's not that only we are newly married people, we need to follow all these things. In fact, the older we get, the more we need to do, because with age proceed, as age proceeds, our emotional needs might get more depleted. So it's a eternal process. It's not that you have to do it when you are young or in middle age you do, and then you have to stop doing. It is an ongoing process.
Because nowadays children may not even stay with you afterwards, right? As you grow, then husband wife, they started their life together. One or two children were there, born, but they may go for education here and there, wherever. Oftentimes in Kali Yuga, parents and children don't stay together. Like you all are not staying with your parents, most of you people, right? They would have probably loved to have that, but for reasons which are beyond their control, you have to come to this country, right? So they have, in one sense, maybe to some extent, they're lost from their side. So when the children have gone away, who again remains? Only husband and you began together, and after a few years again you again. So then, if only two of you together, unless we have invested well, now rest of the life you are supposed to live together for the next till one spouse goes away, right? So we need to keep this softness, this kindness alive, right? Even after people, the children have grown up, it may not be romantic love anymore, right? But it is more deeper, it is more mature love, it is more deeper understanding, it is more sensitivity being expressed, it is more care being expressed, right? So that's a more matured expression of love. It is still necessary till you die.
So why are we talking so much about having good relationships? Eternal honeymoon period? Romantic period? No. We are talking about it because of one statement which Mother Teresa spoke. What did she say? That if we cannot love, care and communicate properly with people who are in front of us alive, then how can we communicate with God whom you cannot see? With people whom you can see and feel, we are not able to do this. Then how can we establish good communication and love for that Lord whom we cannot see? And ultimately, what is the goal of our life? Battery is running. Ultimately is what? Sam Siddhir Haritoshanam. हो गया. Sam Siddhir Haritoshanam. Ultimately we want to please whom? Hari. And we can do that only by the communication which we can have with the Lord. When we spoke about that cycle of people involved, our family, outsiders, people at workplace, all these different people we spoke about, devotees, and the last one was Krishna. But he's not last, he's first. In a circle you don't know what is first, what is last. But Krishna is first. But to be able to please Krishna, you have to please other things, other people. Learn this art. Only when we have learned that art, we will be able to have perfect communication with the Lord. And how do we have communication with the Lord? Through chanting, through prayers, through meditation. We are praying to the Lord. How will our prayers be? What type of prayers? You cannot just take prayers, print out from the Bhagavatam, Gajendra Moksha prayers and Kunti Maharani's prayers. Prayers are something which are within our heart. Each one of us has some weakness, some this thing which we need to pray to the Lord for, right? So our communication with the Lord is through chanting and through prayers. So how will we have that good communication with that Lord whom we can't see if we are not going to practice how to have that with the people around us, in the community we live in the family we live in. So we'll just have the last slide. This doesn't move.
They're not coming there. So 5 golden words. Can we repeat together? There's nothing better than this, right? The best thing, 5 beautiful words you can speak. When you meet a Vaishnava, you meet any devotee, he said, how can I serve you, right? 4 golden words are, this is the formula for team spirit, for teamwork, right? When you are a team leader or a team participant, ask people together, or you're working in a family. What do I think? Even now the computer is tired now. And 3 golden words are, I'm sorry. 2 golden words are, thank you. And the best single word is we. Right? We, not I, we. And so, dear devotees, to sum up, some concluding thoughts is that when we do what we had talked about yesterday and today, when we actually do it, only then will Krishna take our sadhana seriously. Let us see it in right perspective. All that we're talking about is a Vaishnava way of living. We talk about Shama, changes, respecting, not nagging. We spoke so many things yesterday and today. But why are we talking? Is there a relationship between it is just, to maintain my relationship with this world? Answer is no. This creates the proper substratum in our heart, whereby Krishna takes our sadhana seriously. The sadhana is like a seed, and the sadachar part we talked about yesterday and today is like the soil. Unless the soil is fertilized by the type of activities we talked about yesterday and today, Krishna will not take our sadhana like a seed. It won't grow. We can keep on chanting 16 rounds. We can keep on doing this, various things. But unless the soil is fertilized by this Vaishnava Sishtachar, the seed will not take root. The root is not there. It will not flower into the beautiful garden of our heart and turn into love of God. It won't turn into that. So relevancy is absolutely crucial to understand. Very crucial to understand. Krishna will manifest, like our tongue is compared when you see Krishna Kaliya's dioramas or deities. 2 days back we were at Columbus. You may know that the deity there is Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Natvar. Krishna dancing on the hoods of Kaliya. That is the pose of Krishna who is dancing. So our tongue is considered like a hood of a snake. Right? It can emit jealousy, poison, negativity, offensive behavior. Like Kaliya is throwing out all poison. Right? But if we really are serious devotees and we want Krishna to dance on our tongue, right? They need to practice these things. Then Krishna will come and actually, so our tongue becomes what? The altar of the Lord to dance on it. Right? If that becomes the Krishna's altar, and when we say Hare Krishna or sing Kirtan the way our beautiful boys today, such nice Kirtan, where are they? I don't know, they may be, I don't know if they're here or not. But just we are so impressed by the flair of Kirtan and the mood of the Kirtaniyas, and all of you are there. So when we sing these nice Kirtans, Krishna is not only impressed by the music, which is nice to hear, of course, but Krishna is pleased with our inner attitude. And the Krishna incarnates in sound and dances on our tongue. And dances on our tongue, then dances on our heart. Right? And life becomes perfect. Right? So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah. But we are hoping you can ask questions, no problem. But we are hoping that most questions have been addressed. I mean, most of the things are probably, I hope. I mean, we have tried to make it as complete as possible, right? So unless something is really very, very pressing on your mind, you can ask. Otherwise, most of the things are probably covered here.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Mataji. The question, it's from yesterday, continuing. So, like in the end, you're talking like you told, how can we expect to have that relationship with Krishna if we are not practicing in real life? So, my question is, how can we develop such kind of relationship with our Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Because what I feel that after a long time being in this practice, we get over familiar with the mantra itself, the words of mantra. Like we know after Hare Krishna is going to come, and it automatically comes, and then we don't feel the like each syllable. How do we maintain the relationship, enhance the relationship with mantra?
So as you were saying yesterday, that the problem why some things in our mind start degenerating because of a phenomena which we all diagnose together is called as taking things for granted, right? So the moment we start taking things and people and the holy name for granted, the value of that in our mind starts going down. Very, very natural, right? So how do we keep on enhancing the value of that thing in our mind? How? Right? By understanding its glories and its importance. Right? When you understand the importance of something, if you take your health for granted, right? But you start understanding the importance of maintaining good health, right? They immediately become, "Arey, liver ke liye acha hai, good, it's good for the heart." So you may start taking steps to improve your heart, improve your kidney, improve your liver, improve your brain, right? Correct? So if you don't understand the glory of good health, then you're going to neglect it. Similarly, when we hear, so the antidote for not taking anything for granted, neither holy name or anything for this world, is to constantly apply the process of hearing the glories of that particular thing. So that acts as, so with time, as you said, things degenerate because time means it destroys things. The only way to prevent degeneration of that thing is to keep on hearing the glories, right? Similarly, we can take even devotees for granted, and we often do that, right? In our mind, we do that, but we understand what is a Vaishnava, the glory of a Vaishnava, right? We will not do that. So keep on hearing glories of the holy name. So there are books like Harinam Chintamani, for example, right? The entire book is on glories of the holy name. Then Prabhupada's compilation book is called as Namamrita is there. It's a big stack book of 400 pages. All Prabhupada's quotes on Nam with categorized subtitles, etc. So you read those books, it is, wow, how special is the holy name. It is Sakshat Krishna, right? So then automatically you will not become and lax and loose in your chanting. Correct? Yeah.
Prabhuji, Mataji, you were talking about forgiveness being very important. So I wanted to little bit understand what forgiveness means. Is it the same as just maybe not considering whatever happened in our mind, stop thinking about it? Like how exactly do we think that, okay, we have finally forgiven somebody or something?
Forgiveness doesn't mean that whatever has happened is acceptable. Somebody did something gravely wrong, right? So when you forgive, you're not saying you're sanctioning the wrong. That is not what forgiveness means. Forgiveness, we are not allowing that to really affect our relation with that person because of that. We are letting go the impact on myself, right? I'm willing to absorb the shock or the heartburn or the difficulty I'm going through, so that I'm relieved of the pain myself. So forgiveness is an act which actually helps our heart to heal. If you don't forgive, they say, it's like holding a hot coal in your hand. That whatever has been on is like hot coal. The more I hold it with me, what happens? My hand burns. So I let go the coal so that my heart doesn't burn, right? But it is not equal to, as you say in physics, condoning the act which was performed.
So basically to let go of the animosity.
Animosity, revengeful nature, and the antipathy we may have, so that it relieves. So you are relieved of the, the burden of unforgiveness?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, this is very similar question that I was going to ask. But yeah, very nicely put together by Prabhuji, the question. So, but there was another part that I was trying to ask. The question was just like you told that it's not, the lecture can be very nice and then we hear it. But when we go back and then we forget about implementing that in our life, and then we come back again and then we hear another lecture, then that reminds us, say, oh yes, we should have. But it never happens. So how do we actually, this is my question. So many times I think that, I heard this, but I never implemented that in my, because the reactions are very fast.
Correct.
You are not able to contemplate and then, practice very, in a robotic manner, right? Then, oh no, I have to stay back, I have to do
That
this.
is true. That is, I fully agree with you. You see, this is something which I have observed, and we are flooded with so much information. There is lecture after lecture after lecture which we keep on listening, right? But there has to be some time taken out for processing information. And process information requires introspection, right? Which devotees are usually not trained for, or not spoken about, or it's not something which is within our agenda as a Vaishnava. We are busy with services, chanting, doing this, doing that, right? So, in yoga practice, we are also yogis, right? Bhakti yogis. Yoga practice, one aspect of yoga is solitude. Right? So, there has to be some time when we are really with ourselves, right? Where we can actually process what we have been hearing. And that will prevent us from just getting our mind bombarded with information and not get into transformative mode. Because transformative takes time, takes energy, takes rumination. Like a cow can keep on eating lots of grass the whole day. They'll sit on one side and then the curd comes up again from the stomach, and then she comes. You see, a cow is always chewing something. She's not chewing the grass, she's chewing the semi-digested food inside, right? So we have to be like that cow, rumination. We have to process things, right? So I think we have to become aware for the need for introspection. Otherwise, life is so fast, right? Today you heard a nice talk, a nice seminar, Haribol, tomorrow some other Vaishnava will come, he will give a better lecture than they will say, this is wonderful, bahut acha tha Prabhuji, right? It will be a great time, right? And yes, we missed the chance. We missed the chance to really change, right? So that shouldn't happen. Yeah. Or we can, other thing would be that when you are in a Sangha with Vaishnavas, like this used to happen in old ISKCON days, in a Sangha, when you hear a nice lecture, some 3-4 people, some small group, and they discuss this, they churn it. But what are the good points? You remember the good points which are there? How do you think you can apply this, right? So some sort of a churning and, Ishtagoshi takes place between the like-minded people, between friends, right? So then they come sort of with some information, some sort of, uska conclusion nikalte hain, uska sar, right? So these are the action points we need to work upon. So actually this is real satsang. We are doing Goyam Akhyati Prichati. This is Goyam Akhyati Prichati. Because when we devotees, generally we talk about projects. अरे बाबू जी ये करने का है, वो करने का है, वो बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने का है, उससे so that is nice, it is great, wonderful, that should be done, right? However, of course, time is always a big challenge that you may say that time किधर है एक चीज का, right? But at some times when friends are there, informally you come to my house, 2-3 devotees, families come together, and just talk about hearing the great things. You read something wonderful, you heard something wonderful, discuss it out, right?
Just a quick observation. How important is reciprocation in the later parts? Like, do we even consider that? Like the other person's reciprocation. Do we even bother about that? Or do we do first approach to repairs? I mean, like,
Generally speaking, it is expected, right? That, as we say, you give respect, you get respect. You show love, you show hate, you'll get hate, right? So we didn't talk about that today to any significant extent, but we expect that between now we're talking about more about already people who are in a relationship. We're not talking about strangers here. They may not reciprocate with you because what do they care for you? But husband, wife, children, close ones, devotees, we expect that when you give that, that automatically will be reciprocated. We expect that to happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for today's lecture, Prabhuji and Mataji. I just have one question. While we are staying in America, as students and new people who have come here, how do we show respect to the ideas and beliefs that we don't agree with and not get swayed with them because everything is so new here? Everything is so new here
New.
and everything is so novel. How do we show respect to something which might sound correct, but it is not it is against our belief system, like contradicting ideas? How do we show respect to them?
Respects are of different level. How do you respect a tiger?
By by keeping a distance.
We respect a tiger by keeping a distance.
Right.
How do you respect a cute dog? You feel like cuddling with it, right? So there are different types of respect. Sometimes you can maintain a respectable distance, we say, right? Maintain a respectable distance means you don't bring it down in your mind, but you don't have to follow. You don't have to do that because it doesn't match our belief system. That doesn't mean we condemn it totally like that, but we have our power of discrimination.
Sure. Thank you, Mataji.
So when we are not used to something, right? One of the things which we talked about was our growing up or upbringing, right? So let's say, for example, we are not used to articulating things. Now, we hear these kind of lectures and we say we want to implement it. It feels artificial to us itself. That's not you. You're not
But
doing
it is practice, Prabhuji. See, it's true what you're saying is possible. But in the very definition of bhakti, right? Jnana karma dhyanavaratam anukulena Krishna anushilanam, right? So Rupa Goswami translates this word anushilam. Prabhupada also writes anushilam means cultivation. So if you are weak in maths, you may have to make a deliberate attempt to really learn maths from a tutorial, go to a tutorial, learn some classes, right? It is not natural. You don't naturally you like history. You like physics and biology. Maths, like in my case, my mind always seemed to be drawn towards biology, and therefore I became a doctor, right? But maths was like, what are they talking about all this, trigonometry and algebra? What is it related to my life? And I didn't, the pi sign, this sign, that sign, and I couldn't understand all that, right? But I had to pass and I had to get decent grades so that I can go further. So we make a deliberate attempt to really do well to the best possible capacity because it is relevant. Right? So even though something may initially be like that, we put it in the category of tapasya. We don't like to chant. I mean, you may be liking it, but I may say I don't like to chant, right? But still, we know it's important. I've taken a vow, taken diksha, I chant. So things which we don't like to do or may appear unnatural to us is put in the category of tapasya because it is good. We don't want to always keep the mind feel that you only do the things which the mind says feels good. But we want to sometimes do things which the intelligence says is good. The mind may say not good, but intelligence says this is good for you. Appreciate. That person has done something, appreciate this. Right? So do that. And if you can keep on doing that, it becomes habit, and that habit becomes second nature. Right?
My question was that we've been told today that pleasing and appreciation, they are good virtues and we should practice it. And out of practice, when we do it, often sometimes we are considered as weak or maybe greedy, though that is not our intent. Considering that response, how do we still persist ourselves or train our minds to continue practicing that pleasing and appreciation behavior of ours?
There's a difference between flattery and appreciation, right? So when it is flattery, people can see through it. But genuine appreciation always brings about a positive effect. Flattery may not bring a positive effect from the opposite person. So we have to learn the art of genuine appreciation and not the art of flattery.
The person, the sage was taking his bath, right? And he put his hand inside, and you take a bath, you do like this. You worship the holy river by offering it back to this thing. And each time he did that, a scorpion came inside his hand. And what is scorpion's nature? To bite, right? Right? And it kept on biting him, right? He would put it was drowning. And then again he would put his hand, and again the scorpion was caught, and again it would bite him, right? So, in one sense, to only do things which are right because it evokes the right response is partial understanding. We do it because it is impending upon us, it is imperative upon us that we behave on the level of mode of goodness, right? So you do good anyway, and that is the real test, that actually doing it not just because it evokes the right responses, but even it doesn't. You do it because it's good to do that. It's good to do that, right?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So people have different mindset, right? Like, and also most of the times it's not like start or end. It's more like everything is a journey, like either family or career. So either family or career, so everything is a journey. So we stop and introspect, and we analyze like how much love or affection we are giving, or in the career wise how much respect we are giving. So how do you know, like, if we reach the balance effectively, or I'm saying like in the perspective of journey, so how do we understand like we reached enough, or how much we need to give?
How much is it? Is it enough, or should I need to keep on filling more in the tank? That's what I'm saying.
Yes, it also depends on the other person. It's not only us in a relationship. So how do we handle that?
Basically saying that we are talking about all these things to maintain a congenial atmosphere in and around us, so that we can actually practice our Krishna consciousness properly. So that is the bottom line. So we invest in relationships. How much is enough, not enough? We keep it in a way where as far as possible, keep things in harmony around us. Because that harmonious, peaceful ecosystem around us will allow us to practice Krishna Bhakti nicely. And when the ecosystem gets disturbed, where our Bhakti also gets to that extent disturbed, right? So you invest in such a way that somehow ecosystem is kept as harmonious as possible.
Hare Krishna. I think parts of the question got asked before. So we talked about, forgiveness. We talked about respect, listening, appreciation. But at the same time, I also feel like sometimes forgiveness, due to maybe certain circumstances or the event, the forgiveness hasn't come through. and as a result, the person is suffering. And so, even with love, you talked about you give love, you get love back, and if you respect, you give it, you get it back. But sometimes, because of the lack of or the inability of the other person to forgive, that reciprocation is somehow broken. How can we kind of overcome that with, or is there a way to overcome that situation and kind of go past that blocker or that hurdle? So the question is, sometimes if one person is unable to forgive, and is kind of being caught up in a bias or a
Opposite person is not able to forgive you.
Yes.
That's what.
Yeah.
So when we talked about all these principles, one is when you are the recipient, and the other way of seeing it is that when you are the giver. So when ultimately when we are talking of happiness, when you are the recipient and somebody is not able to forgive us or whatever, we have to be honest to ourselves that we are not the cause of the problem. And then if still the opposite person is not forgiving and all, it's not in our hands, right? Some things which cannot be changed have to be taken in their own stride. We cannot give the key of our happiness in anybody's hand. We have to learn the art of being happy from other people, because that we don't have control. We are talking of all this from our side. We should appreciate, we should respect. How much respect we get from others is not in our control. How much appreciation we get is not in our control. So we don't have to get depressed. Usually when we are hearing of these things, we are looking around at our partners. I hope he's listening. Or I hope she's listening, he has to give respect to me. She has to appreciate me. It's not for others. It's for me. Because I have control over myself. I can try to be the change I want to see in others. I can try to be that. But if I'm not getting, I cannot complain, blame, or I cannot remain unhappy. How long will remain unhappy? We may be affected, but then you have to take intelligence over the mind. That it's okay. There are certain things in life which cannot be changed. Fine, life goes on.
Thank you, Mataji.
We have to be realistic. Chalse? Hare Krishna. These topics are such we can go on.
Big Haribol for Prabhuji and Mataji.
Tomorrow morning we are going to take the topic lines in stone.
Lines in okay. Yes. And that is in Prem Biharini Mataji's house. Frisco.
दोनों का घर है ना?
I didn't feel the same, so I served.
I'm just joking.
Okay. So I think Yogeshwar Prabhu, you want to have a word? Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Yogeshwar Prabhu is going to tell.
We have an important announcement. How many of you were here yesterday? Not here in the program yesterday. So how many of you here go to Kalachanjis? How often do you go? Once in a week. How many of you live in this area, Frisco? Very few people.